Motorola Moto Edge 40 cuz. Let's have a look about what this thing is doing. Yes people, what's good? It's man like Jamo out here with the Motorola Edge 40. Big shout out to Motorola for sending this down for me to have a little check and see what's really good. Now let's just get straight in with the design, fam. Look at this design here, fam. You got this kind of fake leather finish on the back, kind of reminiscent of what we got going on the older brother, the Motorola Edge 40 Pro. But this one I actually like better because you don't get all them fingerprints, cuz obviously you got the camera array doing its thing there as well. On the front now, obviously we've got the curved screen thing. Now it's a bit controversial because not many people like the curved screen thing. Obviously you get some accidental touches if you are sausage finger gang like me, and look, you're trying to touch the screen whilst your fingers are touching the edges of the screen. This does quite a decent job of rejecting those side screen touches, but yeah, it's just something to be aware of. It can happen sometime, but I haven't had it too much in this device either. You got, what's it called, USB-C port at the bottom, and you've got stereo speakers, but it's them ones when you got like a full range stereo speaker at the bottom kind of thing, and then at the top you got this kind of half-hearted one which doesn't really sound as good but tries its best to give you that stereo feel when you're in landscape mode watching some YouTube or some Netflix or whatever you're watching, innit? You got all your buttons on one side of the phone as well, so that's kind of cool. So if you put it in a clamp kind of thing, if you put it in a gimbal, you've only got to worry about the buttons on one side of the phone, but it does make it a bit hard to do a screenshot when you're holding the phone with one hand. Now obviously the Motorola Edge 40 Pro was all singing and dancing with the specs, fam, of the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, all the RAM, all the storage and all them thing there. But we're a little bit more humble now with the Motorola Edge 40. We've got we ain't even got Snapdragon, I lied. We got Dimensity 8020 in here, 8GB of RAM, 256GB of storage. You got like a 4400 mAh battery with a 1080p 21:9 6.55 inch display or something like that. It's just a little bit smaller than the 6.7 inch display on the Motorola Edge 40 Pro, but it is OLED, it is curved, it does look nice. It's giving premium in the mid to upper range smartphone market. I think this thing is 530 kind of thing, which yeah, mid to premium, mid to upper range kind of thing, you understand, fam? Now as for the camera sensor thing, we got 50 megapixels on the main sensor and we got 13 megapixels on the ultra wide thing, and both of those cameras are capable of 4K 30 cuz. So it's not just 4K on the main sensor, you get 4K 30 on the ultra wide, which is definitely a step up from literally everything in the Motorola Edge 30 range. On the front now, you got a 32 megapixel selfie camera, which again is capable of 4K 30 on the front of the phone, making it perfect for doing your little bit of vlogging. Right now, specs out the way, man's been using the Motorola Edge 40 for about a week now, SIM card in and everything, and I can't lie, it's pretty much a Google Pixel like experience, fam. You've got basically plain vanilla Motorola Android, whatever you want to call it, on here with a couple of Motorola apps, just stuff like, you know, twist the phone to turn on the camera. You still got that double chop kind of thing to turn on the flashlight. You double chop it again, turns off the flashlight. But apart from that, it's just Motorola. Man says just Motorola, it's just Google, you get it? So nothing complicated. It's not hard for me to move from my Google Pixel to a Motorola device. Nothing else had to be downloaded. Like pretty much when I did the easy phone transfer thing with the cable, this was ready in like 10 minutes, fam, with everything from my Pixel on this in the right place. So big up Motorola for keeping it stock Android, innit? Now I know some people are getting tired that every time I say Dimensity processor, man's rolling my eyes in it, because back in the day, Dimensity processors, they just weren't kicking like the Snapdragon ones. But I can't lie, yet again, doing up Instagram, doing up Twitter, doing up anything on social media on this phone, even filming with the camera at 4K 30, it's able to push it, and it's able to push it without overheating, which is more than I can say for certain other phones when they launched. call quality is not bad as well. You know, the person on the other end can hear me, I can hear the person on the other end. No issues there whatsoever. Obviously, man's on Vodafone, so most of the issues are with them. But as far as using loudspeaker and things like that, I can hear what people are saying clearly on the phone with no issues, regardless of how I'm holding the phone, fam. It's not like if I hold it in a certain position, the signal just drops. That's just me being in Southeast London, you understand? Battery life has been sick on the Motorola Edge 40 as well, by the way, especially because of the fact you can charge it up to 100% from empty in about 30 minutes with the included 65-watt fast charger. Cause yeah, most phones, again, I don't want to name any names, but most phones don't even give you a charger. And if they do, they don't even go up to 65-watt fast charging, because that's bare fast. My charging schedule has changed dramatically from when I'm using my Google Pixel. When I'm using the Motorola Edge 40 lineup, I go in the shower, I put this on charge. By the time that I'm out of the shower, this has given me like 80%, 90% or fully charged. With the Pixel, I gotta put it on charge at least an hour before I'm planning to go out the yard, or just if I'm going out the yard early in the morning, I just gotta charge it the night before, leave it on charge. You know them ones there, the old-fashioned one? That's the Pixel in 2023. In Motorola, we're out here in the future, you get it? Funny enough, it's been a busy week, so I haven't had the time to play many games on here. I've played a few games though, and yeah, they've not really had any issue. I slapped it in a little Bluetooth game controller, Oceanhorn, no issues. Man was playing a little bit of Asphalt, as they do in these tech reviews, dead game, but no issues, you know the ones there. Yeah, I definitely think it can play games. It definitely has no issue streaming games if I'm using NVIDIA GeForce Now and stuff like that as well. So yeah, this little Dimensity 8020, it is pushing frames. I can't lie, it is pushing frames. And last but not least, I've got to talk about the Motorola Ready for software. And your TV becomes a desktop, fam. It turns your phone into a desktop, you understand? Where you can literally open multiple apps at once, just like you would in Windows. You can use it as a game mode so that you can have whatever game you got on the phone in big 4K on the TV as well, playing it like that. And obviously your movies, Netflix and things, basically turns your TV into a smart system, and it's all powered by the phone. It's basic. I don't really use it, fam, because obviously I've got a computer, so there's no need for me to use another computer next to my computer, you get it? I guess I'd probably use it if we went away and, you know, they've got a monitor or they got a TV in the hotel room, and then man can be like, oh, okay, let me plug my phone into the TV instead of bringing a whole console with me. That could probably be beneficial, but it's such sick software, but there's only a very niche couple of situations that I'd actually use it myself. If you do use it yourself, let me know what scenarios you actually use the Ready for software in your Motorola Edge 40 device. Oh, wait. I knew I forgot something. Cameras, fam, cameras. Now, cameras are sick. I think they're low-key on par with the Motorola Edge 40 Pro, but obviously with the Edge 40 Pro, you can do 4K 60 on the cameras, innit? Now, with the Motorola Edge 40 regular, you can only do 4K 30 maximum. So those are some things that you might want to take into consideration if you really care about the frame rates of your 4K. I obviously think 4K 60 just looks a lot better, looks a lot sharper kind of thing, because 4K can get kind of fuzzy at 30 frames per second, especially in low light. But yeah, it is what it is. If you're not content creating, then I doubt you're going to care that much. The 4K 30 is more than enough good quality for when you're on holiday and doing your little holiday snaps. In fact, check the link in the description section below. I've already done a little mini vlog with the Motorola Edge 40 in central London, day one with this phone, and I think the quality looks quite good, but you guys can let me know on that video for yourself. Big shout out to Motorola again, and I'll be catching you guys in the near future, innit, with more Motorola nonsense. Alright, in a bit.